Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yadashadas. It is time to focus, and today we're focusing on the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls, of course, this past week playing, setting up, trying to get themselves into a place to have a comfortable spot in the postseason. Obviously, still a ways away, but still trying. And also, Zach LaVine at the same time trying to say, does he have the opportunity to be traded? And obviously, he's going to continue to play well to try to guarantee himself the opportunity of getting traded. Let's talk right now about the let's go into this and what the week was. We only got a few of the games. We don't have Sunday's game against Sacramento. We'll talk about that in a second, and then we'll preview the week. For the Bulls, Monday they welcomed in Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs, and obviously the big play was the number one in the top 10 on SportsCenter that night was Kobe White's dunk. I mean, Victor Wembanyama had 8 blocks in the game, and he almost had a 9th there. But just to be able to get that dunk, and Victor Wembanyama just probably a second off, tries to get it, but Kobe White gets that dunk in there and is able to get the victory to ice it. Bulls win 114-110 over the Spurs, and then they face a team that is liable to win an NBA championship, and Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, great duo there with the Indiana Pacers. They win 129-113. Bulls really never stood a chance. Obviously, up with the upper echelon teams, the Bulls aren't there. I'm not looking at them being a championship contender. I just want to see them get in the dance and solidify themselves, whether they make that option or whether they decide to trade Zach LaVine. So we'll have to see what happens there. So they lose 129-113 on Wednesday, and then Friday night they get their revenge. They lost to the Wizards over our winter break. That's not a team you want to see them lose to. They're not a good team. They have like 6 or 7 wins. Bulls took care of them, win of a final of 138-105. So a nice victory there. So as of before, not counting the game Sunday, the Bulls right now have a 2-game lead on that final spot over Philadelphia. So, I mean, they are in a spot right now where, I mean, we don't look at standings. We're not going to pop them up here, but they have a 2-game lead over the Sixers in that 10 spot. They're 1 game behind in the 8 to 7 and 8 spot. And like we said, the number 4 seed in the NBA is 12, and it's the Bucks, who've won 3 in a row, are 12.5 out. Bulls are 15.5. Bulls are 3 games out from being one of the top 4 teams. That's how bad the Eastern Conference is. We'll see where this continues to go with the NBA, but the Bulls have one of the easiest schedules to finish off the season, so maybe they do have the opportunity to make some noise, solidify themselves, maybe not be a 10 seed, maybe get, I said in the beginning of the year, this team has an opportunity maybe to get not be in the play-in tournament. That was my goal. But are they going to keep Zach LaVine? If they don't and they decide to restart it for the 100th time in my Bulls fandom, then we have problems. Let's preview the games. Of course, games that have already happened, but we don't have results to. DeMar DeRozan comes back last Sunday to face the Chicago Bulls at the United Center. We'll talk about that and his homecoming, and he deserves it because, I mean, he was fun. He was entertaining. He was dynamic. So it'll be fun to see DeMar DeRozan back at the UC. Tuesday, they hosted the New Orleans Pelicans. And then Wednesday, feels like they faced, that's got to be the last game against the Hawks. They face them Wednesday. So a little home stretch. And then Friday, tomorrow, they'll host the Hornets at the United Center, and so many home games, but then they head off to a West Coast trip beginning next Sunday at the Blazers, Clippers, and Warriors. So we'll talk about that. But so a full week of Bulls action, and we'll be focusing on that next week as well. So the Bulls right now got a 2-game lead isn't padding, but just continue to win basketball games and prove to yourself and prove to the city that you have some fight, and we'll see what happens. Again, I think this is a different team than the teams you've seen. You don't have both of those guys fighting over it. LaVine knows he's the top guy as of right now. So if they continue to be a playoff contender, will they trade him? Comment below. Do you think Zach LaVine will be a Chicago Bull post-trade deadline, or do you think he's going to go somewhere else? Let's see. I don't even know when the NBA trade deadline is, so let's take a look. And see when it is. It is Thursday, February 6th at 2 p.m. So we're less than a month away. So we'll have that answer. And after that point, maybe we'll adjust or we'll figure things out. So, and we'll talk about it then and see where this Bulls team is with with Zach LaVine, and if they're going to keep him. So comment below. Are they going to keep him? Are they going to trade him? I hope they keep him because then I don't see the direction because they're in the middle. They're not getting a good draft pick. So we'll see what happens there. Don't forget to like the video if you like what you hear. And don't forget to subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel every Monday through Friday, 3:12 Central. We are focusing on Chicago sports. I am Ryan Yadashadas from the Hello Chicago Network. And tomorrow we're focusing Tuesdays, Friday and Monday, Cubs convention. So we're going to be focusing tomorrow a tribute to Sammy Sosa as he's going to return for the first time in Cubs lore at the Sheridan Grand. I'm excited for it. Heading down there tomorrow, and we're going to have a tribute to Sammy Sosa, some of his best moments, and my personal opinion of the man that made me a baseball fan. So that's all coming up. A very special episode tomorrow. So looking forward to that. And then Monday we'll have the sights and sounds from the Cub convention. So that's the next 2 days, and then we'll have the playoffs, or I believe it'll be college football playoff next Tuesday, and then NFL playoffs. So a little Cubs heavy the next couple of days. I'm Ryan Yanishadas from the Hello Chicago Network. We're the focus of Chicago sports.